Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to try and show you guys how to make a nice easy egg sandwich. You don't need a lot. All I'm going to be using is 2 eggs, Kraft singles, American cheese, just a little bit of mayonnaise to put on the bread. You can use any kind of bread you want. I'm using butter enriched wheat. I got a fork to scramble the 2 eggs, a little bit of Pam to put on the pan little pot guy, and then the spatula, and then a little salt and pepper to mix in while it's in the cup. I use the measuring cup to scramble the 2 eggs. If you scramble the 2 eggs before you put them into the pot, it's a little better. And let's get into it. So while we're getting ready to scramble the eggs, I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner right here in the center on. That's the one that fits the pot the best for this stove that I have. And then we're going to go ahead and take our nonstick spray. And just give it a light little spray from a little bit of a distance. You don't want to spray too much. There's no such thing as too much. There is, but now we're going to go over to scrambling the eggs and mayonnaise in the toast. Okay, I've already mixed this up. You need a butter knife too for the mayonnaise. You need something to spread it onto the bread with, but there's that. I got 2 fresh eggs here. I say fresh because we actually have chickens. I'm going to crack them into the measuring cup. Got 1 in there so far. There's a second one. And then I'm going to stir them up with a fork. You could use something else, you know. You don't have to follow everything. Do as you like. Add to your taste. Everyone tastes different. Some people might not like this recipe. And that's alright. This is just something I'm managing to make myself, and I just wanted to record. So it's pretty much just the yolk now mixed in with everything, which is what we want for what we're doing. And I'm going to take just a little bit of salt. But I mean, I'm not putting any really at all. I'm really going to season it afterwards, but this is just a little bit for color. I mean, I probably added the same amount of salt as I did pepper. There's not a lot there. I don't know if I can get it to focus or not. And then I'm mixing that in as well. It's all just going to go in there as one little guy there. You should see a couple little specks in the top of it, but not much. You don't want to see crazy amounts of pepper, or you won't see the salt, but you don't need too much here. This is just a little bit. Now that that's done, the pan's still heating up a little bit. We're going to mayonnaise the toast. Bread. It's not toast, sorry. It's not been made into toast. It's just bread. Just cover the entire thing of it. You don't want to use too much, but you can use a lot here if you want. Okay, I'm done with the butter knife. I'm going to get rid of that guy. I got the 2 bread ready. Done with the mayonnaise. We'll come back to that. Okay, I think we're ready to go on over and start cooking the egg. One more thing, if whatever you're going to use the eggs like in the pan, you're going to want to hit this with non-stick spray, or else the eggs will start to stick to this just a little bit. You don't want that. You want to stay them in the pan so you can put them on the sandwich. So I'm going to spray this a little bit, and then we're going to go on over and cook the eggs. Just a little bit. We got the egg here. It's all mixed up. You can see there's heat coming off of the pan. That's actually way too hot. But that's alright. Yeah, it's just gonna fry it when it comes onto that. You really don't want the pan so hot it's steaming. But I left it on there for too long as I was making the eggs. It actually boiled some of the nonstick spray, so we're going to give that a little shot of that a little more. You never want to do it on an open flame. Chance of catching this stuff on fire and exploding. You don't want that. It's not that flammable, but it has a potential. Okay, let's cool down a little bit. It's got new nonstick spray. We're going to go ahead. As soon as that thing hits the pan, you want to be right up behind it with the fork. Just scrambling that guy. We actually don't need on the heat anymore. And as you can see, it's just starting to stick together. And that's what you want. You really don't want to be too long in the pan here, because if this all starts sticking together too much and it starts just cooking too fast, it's not going to be good. All this stuff on the top there is basically wasted because it's far from the clump. It's not cooking with it. You want it in one big clump, but you don't want it like too much. You want a little bit of texture to it. Okay, I'm going to take the fork out of here, and I'm going to follow behind it with frying pan, or the spatula. You basically just want to try and clump as much of it into one spot as you can. I'm pushing it down because there's a lot of air pockets inside of it when you cook it this way. Sometimes the inside has a potential of being a little runny. You got to be careful about that. If you don't cook it long enough, you will get the inside of it a little raw, so you want to give it a little pressure. Not much though. You can hear it's actually sizzling. I don't know how well you can hear that. Actually. That's some good sizzle right there. You want to do it just a little bit with the sizzle, then you're done. That right there, it's actually upside down, but it looks really nice. We're going to take it on over to the sandwich. Okay, we're at the final part now. We got the two sandwich breads we already buttered, or mayonnaised, not buttered. You got to be careful here. You really don't want to touch that pot. It is really hot at this point. A couple of extra pieces. And you can see it's actually still smoking, which is perfect, because right after that you want to follow it up with the Kraft cheese, because then you got the cheese melting on top of the eggs. And follow it up with the mayonnaise right behind it so it's cold on the back side of the cheese. And there you go. It's a really nice sandwich. A lot of eggs for 2 eggs. It does cook a little bit. Of course, horriblest cut job I've ever done. But hey, as you can see, a lot of eggs compared to a little bit of cheese. That's good right there. That's what you want. And it tastes great. You got the eggs. It's really apparent, but you can still taste. Excuse me. You can still taste the mayonnaise on the bread, so it adds like a second flavor to it. You could probably do this with other kinds of cheese, and it would taste a little different. You know, depending on where you are. You don't have to cook eggs like this. You can cook a full egg. You can cook sunny side up, poach. I was just trying to make something quick and easy. Took me 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go have my sandwich. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, rate, subscribe. And comment down below what you guys want to see me cook next or do. See you guys next time. Peace.